why superpowers would suck in real life by whatever really. What we're gonna deduce from this video is that would we have these powers? Would we want these powers? And how useful these powers are? Those three things. And I'll make my case for each of them.
Invisibility. To some people, invisibility would be a dream superpower. They fantasize about all the things they could
Said
do.
no one ever. If you think so, yeah, you're a freak. You're literally a certified tier 1 gooner.
Without being noticed. Not exactly heroic things.
No.
But when you look closer, it's not as cool as it sounds. Here's the problem. For you to see, light has to hit the back of your eye.
Nobody ever notices me anyway, so I already have that superpower of being invisible.
Eyes. But if you're invisible, light would just pass through you, leaving you blind.
So damn.
And if somehow your eyes could catch light, they would still be visible, making you a pair of floating eyeballs. Just creepy. To go fully invisible, you need to be completely naked. Not that some of you would mind that, but you wouldn't be able to carry anything.
Yeah, I just gotta walk around with my Johnson just slinging. What if I walk past someone and then it actually slaps them? Actually, my Johnson's not that long. There's no way. I don't think anybody's Johnson's that. Yeah, never mind. There's definitely Johnson's that long. That definitely could be. You could be walking past someone. They accidentally do a little helicopter maneuver, and then it just smacks someone. Accidentally hits like the next door neighbor's thigh when you walk past them.
Either, and since no one can see you, they would crash into you all the time.
You get hit by a car.
Use perfume or even make noise breathing. People would still know you are there.
Whoa! What the hell was that? Get cheating on his wife or something?
So if you're thinking that you could rob a bank, a thermal camera would still spot your heat radiation, making it nearly impossible to sneak in undetected.
Just Red Johnson.
Intangibility. Picture this. You've just unlocked intangibility. You're super excited, so you decide to phase your hand through a wall. But the moment you activate your powers, you drop. Straight through the floor, sinking into the earth.
Nah, I don't think that's how it would work, though. I guess, but like, every superpower thing you see is like, in those shows, like they can phase through walls and stuff. You never see them phase through the earth. Like, I guess it was real life, but like we're saying like a actual superpower, like retroactively being in like having the superpower. You're not gonna phase through the earth, bro. I'm gonna take this as you're like a comic book. Like you can just phase through something, bro.
You
like
either deactivate your powers and become fused into rock, suffocating to
bullshit.
death, or continue sinking until you reach the molten center of the earth due to gravity.
No,
unable to do
you would keep phasing through unless you just die instantly.
anything, waiting until you decide to die.
Oh wait, the center no.
Super speed. A moderate super speed of
Okay, that was not a good like what? I personally wouldn't mind having that superpower. What was it again? Intangibility. You just phase through anything. It's like, oh, there's a door right here. Oh, somebody locked me out of my car. Oh, the bully stuck me in the locker again. You're like, what?
190 miles per hour.
Super speed? Like why wouldn't you want super speed?
Wouldn't be so bad. The problems would be minimal. But if we're talking about speed similar to the Flash, without Speed Force, then it would be a disaster waiting to happen. You would have to generate an enormous amount of force, far greater than what the human body...
What about Quicksilver? Does Quicksilver have a Speed Force?
They can handle, and it would cause your legs to simply rip off your body.
But if you have the speed, you'll probably be fine, right? Like, he's just taking it too serious, man.
Here's another thing. Air isn't empty. It's filled with elements like oxygen and nitrogen, plus tons of tiny dust particles. As you move through air, you're rubbing against these particles, generating friction that produces heat.
Yo, we're thinking way too hard about this, man. Like, dead ass. Why are we getting animated? Hold on. Lock in, guys. Lock in.
Heat.
Oh, all the budget. Okay.
Moving at super speed would generate...
Everybody give a thumbs up, man. Round of applause.
Enough heat to burn your entire body.
Yeah, but like, come on, bro. We're taking it too literal. I guess the real world, but like, if you have a superpower, the thing is, if you think about it, like the way I'm thinking of is, as like, if you get the superpower, how did I end up with a superpower and I'm just still a normal ass dude? Like, what about a Superman? It's like, oh yeah, you have the powers of Superman. But when you fly, your whole skin just falls off right when you're just like, and you just go right in the middle of the air, and all your skin falls off because you went way too fast and you just burn up. Like you don't like you just basically say every superpower is useless. Then why superpowers would suck? Like most of them, I would say most of them would. Like invisibility, yes. So far, this guy's 1 for 2, man. I think super speed would be good. I wouldn't say it would be the best, but like for real life, like you could probably do any job or do anything, get to where you want at any time. But like, I still fuck with it.
Let's say you don't burn. You still need to see where you're going. Human perception isn't a
Yeah, but then, like I said, you wouldn't be a normal average Joe having superpowers like this. There's no way. Oh yeah, you got super speed, you Mister Joe, Mister Joe. Here's your super speed. Here you go. But you're a normalized dude. Why me? Normalized dude. I don't want this superpower. It wouldn't be useless. You just wouldn't want it.
adapted to handle high speeds, so moving at super speed would make everything blurry. The speed at which you think would need to match your physical speed, otherwise you would just crash into things, possibly doing what A-Train did, just running through people. And in the case that your perception does
Yeah, but he's a superpower. He got the speed, but he didn't die.
keep up, the world around you would seem so slow that you'd basically be stuck in time.
No, you wouldn't. You just go back to normal speed like everybody else. It just in the moment it seems all fast and everybody seems slow because you can perceive time in that moment, fast or slow. Have you watched the Flash show in the CW? Up to season 6 is when it got garbage. Come on.
Having super speed would also mean burning millions of calories every day, so you'd go broke, buying all the food needed to keep
No, you wouldn't because you would just work DoorDash and then go like, hey, I'll deliver your food if you give me the fattest tip ever, and I'll get it to you like that. Give me $50 tip, and I'll deliver your food. Like what? You literally could work, and you could be the richest delivery driver ever. Imagine you worked for like a pizza place. I'll just go deliver pizzas like that. You don't need anybody else but me. Give me 100K per year. Like what? Like
metabolism
you'd be
satisfied.
you'd be so rich.
Teleportation. As you might know, the Earth is in constant motion through space, moving at around 67,000 miles per
6, 7. Sorry, I had
hour.
to.
It rotates.
I'd rather die in a year than be immortal.
Choice seems obvious, doesn't it?
Yeah, being the choice is obvious. But I don't want to be immortal.
You're thinking that being immortal would be
Because you know it's funny. The worst thing ever is watching everybody that you love die in front of you, and then you find then after you don't forget about them. You start like just not replacing them. Like I would say replacing them as in you find new people to love, like immortal. You find new people to love. You find like a whole new everything, and then they're just gone again, and you just keep repeating it and repeating it. And then you stop after a certain amount of time of you not, or a certain amount of time of you dealing with all that loss, it just becomes numb. Shut up, you're not built different. What do you mean?
much
You
better
you
than
you, you choose immortal? You choose being immortal? Good luck.
dying in a year, right? But if you're immortal, you would have to watch everyone you love die over and over again until
Say pre-watch, I'll ban you.
you don't have any emotional feelings anymore.
That's crazy. At current, yes. Hell no. I'd rather die in a year than be
You would
immortal.
live to see the human race die out. You would see the world end, and ultimately, you would be drifting
You gotta
in
deal with the Gen Alpha.
space all alone for eternity. Time stop.
I can be Dio? Yeah.
Oh, time stop. The superpower desired by many. Time
So
stop
what?
would be a dream come true for some
If
individuals
only I could time. If only I could freeze time.
Okay, yeah, don't give this guy the fucking power.
for obvious reasons, but in reality, it would be a
Yo,
nightmare.
Dale.
True for some individuals for obvious
Dale.
reasons, but in reality, it would be a nightmare. The moment you stop time, the molecules of air around you
Yeah,
would
and
stop
then it becomes a separate reality. Come on, we know
as
this.
well, making it impossible to breathe. It also means photons would stop, rendering you unable to see. So you stop time and become unable to breathe or see until you either resume time or just die. Great power, huh?
Come on. That's it. See, I understand some of his points, like the super speed, yeah, a little far fetched, immortal, or the immortality thing I understand. Like I agreed with him. But like the teleportation one, that was stupid. That one, the time stop was stupid as well.
super
Like,
strength.
I understand it would create a whole new reality every time you did it. Like, kinda. Because time still has to go on. You can't just freeze time. Super strength would be sick, but it'd be, you know why it would be sick, but it wouldn't be sick? It'd be sick in the moment. Just like how the immortality thing is. It's sick in the moment, and then you just keep the longer you do it, it's just ass. Your super strength, you can do whatever you want. It gets boring after a while. You have nothing to do anymore. You can do anything.
Super strength sounds awesome, right? In real life, though, it's a mess.
Exactly.
Everything's designed
You
for
would break
regular
everything.
people, meaning that if you were super strong, you would be breaking doorknobs, keyboards, and glasses left and right.
Already
Imagine
do
going to
that.
hug your mom and breaking her spine because you don't know how to control.
Okay, yeah, but this is a little much because if you have super strength, you can learn how to not break everything. Have you seen the Hulk? Have you read the comics? Have you watched the movie? Like, dude, he would beat up Black Widow's cheeks every day, but he doesn't. He knows how to limit himself.
Your strength yet. Having super strength doesn't mean you're indestructible either. If you punch a wall, for example, because of Newton's third law, every action has an equal and opposite reaction.
Yep,
The force
boom.
that you apply to the wall would be applied.
Unless you break through it. If you don't break it, yeah, it'll come right back at you. You punch something and it just ching, but if you go right through it, you might feel it for a bit, but you're not going to feel it as hard as the reaction, though. See, you're saying you're contradicting yourself here, sir. If you break the lady's back or your mom's back because you're so like, then you, but like I understand it's like not a ooh, a Nokia phone, my profile picture.
because you don't know how to control your strength yet. Newton's third
But that's
law.
that's different though because there would be no reaction. It would be a little bit, but not insane.
Reaction has an equal and opposite reaction. The force that you applied to
But
the
you
wall
go
would
through
be
the
applied back
you go
to
through
you
the
with
action.
same intensity, knocking you back and breaking your hand.
No. Okay, dude, I'm not Deku from My Hero Academia, bro. I'm not going full cowl or full howling or whatever it's called. That's it?
Knocking you back and
That's it? That's all
breaking
you
your
gotta say?
hand.
Sorry, bro. I'm not watching part 2. Love the video. I don't know. I don't think me personally, not good takes. No, let's go back to the beginning. Okay, so invisibility. We're gonna rank all these. We're gonna say yes or no. Visibility, no. Intangibility, yes. You will not phase through the earth. That's dumb. Super speed, yes. Teleportation, yes. I'd rather have teleportation than super speed. Just go like this. Hey, you want to come over? Yeah. Bink. I don't know. I just gotta get ready. Bink. I don't have to worry about travel at all. Bink. 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 You actually, you're quicker than you. You can even get an easier job if you know how to teleport, right? Oh, here's the address. Okay. And the thing is, you're like, oh, you don't know the directions. You don't know where it's at. Guess what? So does super speed. You look at a map. You're like, oh, guess what? You look at a map. You're like, oh, it's at this thing. It's like, okay, I'll teleport right there. Oh, there's a McDonald's right by. Let me teleport to the McDonald's. I know where that is. Oh, these 2 roads. Boom. Same thing. Immortality, no. So we got 1 no, yes, 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 no. And then time stop, yeah. I want to be Dio, duh. Not doing it for weird shit though, you gooners. And super strength, no. So no, yes, 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 no, yes, no. So it's 1, 2, 3 no's and 4 yeses. So this guy lied. Superpowers would suck. No, they wouldn't. Some would, some wouldn't. Well, W, whatever really, and W, why superpowers would suck in real life. I don't agree with you, but that's how it is. What do the comments say? You would be the worst genie ever if you became one. They're called, dude, this exactly. Hold on. Look at this shit right here. This guy proves my point. That's why they're called superpowers. They are supernatural. They don't obey the laws of physics. They wouldn't give a super thing to a normal person. You would become a superhero. You are super. It seems you have the power to ruin childhoods. Yeah, for real, dude. With teleportation, you don't need to know exactly where the Earth is in space. You got to think the place in the Earth. These people understand me. Of course, anime fan Z31 understands, bro. Oh, speaking of anime, let me look that up. Subscribe for a smooch.